Dear townsfolk of Cholera Springs, I regret to inform you that Big Bertha's boudoir and bar will be closed for the week due to my having to contend with certain monthly feminine afflictions. I will be heading to my menstruational mud hut just outside of town for several days and will return forthwith. Whilst I am away, please refrain from drinking up my aged whiskey, smoking my good tobacco, and for God's sake, don't host another one of your goddamn talent shows. Y'all remember what happened the last time. If you should see a rabid dog or coyote covered with my feminine blood or carrying one of my appendages, know that I have been consumed by vermin during my monthly afflictions and am consequently deceased. In this case, by all means, smoke up my good tobacco. Save the whiskey, though. That shit too good for y'all. Anyway, see y'all in a week or so. Ain't saying much coming from the town whore, but don't do anything I wouldn't do. Sincerely, Big Bertha Brown, bykeeper, innkeeper, and secret keeper since 18-something.
Sheriff? Yeah, well, looks very much like you got something living down there. And you been drinking your whiskey lately?
I've been drinking my whiskey. Of course, I've been drinking my whiskey. It's just
Sheriff. People what been drinking the whiskey, they don't tend to get the things, get the cholera cough like you done.
Well, I must admit. Twigby, I've been drinking a lot more water recently.
Oh, water! Oh my!
I
Sheriff,
know. I'll curb it. I can curb it. I can quit anytime I want.
You ain't supposed to be drinking the water in Cholera Springs.
Well,
did you not stash up on with the whiskey and the alcohol before Bertha left town?
I gotta say, I didn't think that she was going to be gone for as long as she was gone for. You know, she's been gone for. I don't know, Doc. Do you have a extra supply, or anything that I could take home with me?
Well, yes, I suppose. Let me rummage amongst my things here. Here you go. That's not that. Right here, we got here. Just chug one of these down.
Right
there. Yeah, if you could, just stuff that down your gullet, and be sure to avoid water and excessive hydration.
Okay.
Being in the desert, you see, the science has told us if you get too much water in your body, then the desert tries to reclaim it, and it just gets infected with more contaminants.
Well, God,
you want to be sweaty and dry.
I'm attempting to be as sweaty and dry as possible, so that I'm not hydrated, so that the desert doesn't get jealous of my hydration and try to steal it away from me, in turn giving me some form of disease.
Yep, that's what modern science has taught us.
My goodness, Doc, I can't tell you how grateful we are to have you in our little town here.
Yeah, well, I can't. I keep saying it, and no one listens, but. If you see anyone else that's kind of sick or under the weather, you send him my way. His business has been pretty slow, honestly.
I indeed will. You know, and I think more people should be coming and seeing you. You know, I can get some people sick if you'd like.
I mean, that wouldn't hurt. You know, they'll be fine. I'll treat them. But yeah, just normally there's a stream of clients that have stayed up at Big Bertha's, the saloon and the cat house, and they come to me right after, and seems like that's kind of slowed off.
Yeah. Well, I don't know I'll do my best, Twigby. I tell you, I will do my absolute best.
Really, all that we can do, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a man of few talents, right? You know,
right.
Well, one of my talents is, I'm a good shot, right? And I know how to corral a group of people and get them in high spirits. You know, bringing people down, it's never been my forte, but I could see what I could do.
No, you're an expert in mob mentality.
That's precisely right. Precisely right.
Yeah. Well, hopefully soon, maybe Big Bertha will get back and we'll get those mobs going again in town.
That's right. Oh, boy.
Boy, I am surprised by the starkness when so many people are gone.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's getting late. I don't know if you're trying to, hang out tonight, play some chess, checkers, or whatever. But I'm just gonna be down in my office, kind of killing the time.
Sure, yeah, rightly probably will. Gosh, it's just so empty. And there ain't been a shootout for so long.
I know. The only thing I could do is spot a little guy in the corner. Maybe like that spider that's been living in the corner of your office.
Oh, who, Harold?
Harold, yeah.
Yeah.
Best I could do is just these days is just take it. Take out. But it just got next to him. I just want you to know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't kill Harold. I'm just showing you how good of a shot I am. I could have if I wanted to.
Yeah, of course.
You know that.
Of course I know that. Yeah, right. And your aim isn't shaky at all from the weakness in the collar.
Well, I know.
Okay. Let's get you on your way downtown.
Okay. Oh, I'm starting to feel a little bit dizzy, Twigby.
Well, best get that out in the street then, I say.
Okay. Hope I don't get you sick or nothing like that.
Oh, I don't get sick much anymore. I insulate myself with all kinds of vitality tinctures and mercury.
Mercury. Well. That's probably pretty good for you.
Oh, I hope so. I take enough of it.
Oh, good.
I hope nothing ever changes in our knowledge about that. Ah! Never mind.
What the hell?
Anyway.
Okay. Huh. Interesting. Well, Twigby, I'm going to go to my office. I'm going to take a little lie down. I'm going to drink some of this tincture that you gave me.
All right. You best do that. I'm going to try and ferment some more potions here.
Very good. All right. Well,
good day to you.
Good day to you, sir. See you later.
All right. Well, I best get to thinking.
Buford, thank you for letting me know about Amelia Bones. It's very helpful to understand which of the children might be appearing in my school soon. So far, I've estimated it takes about 3 weeks for them to become ghosts.
Indeed, madam. Well, I hope that will suffice, because I'm afraid business has slowed down for me quite considerably. I've got many open graves lying fallow, I'm afraid.
Why, Buford, that's quite a shock to me. I thought we had a big syphilis outbreak last spring, and they just recovered some of the bodies.
Yes, it's been kind of an argument with the next township over our jurisdiction. Many of those bodies have ended up there.
they're burying bodies in Tuberculosis Creek?
Yes, indeed.
Why ever would they do that? Cholera Springs is such a lovely place to lay your final rest. In
That's
fact,
certainly what I've always said.
Buford, you and I have always agreed on one thing. Cholera Springs, a great place to die, an okay place to live.
That's right. No matter what arguments we've had, and there have been many,
So many.
furious arguments, we've always agreed. Cholera Springs is a fine place for your final resting place. Oh, that's pretty good. A fine place for your final resting place. Well, I don't have a writing implement. I'll remember it.
Oh, I do. In fact, I just picked up a new pot of this fabulous ink. It does make me a little bit lightheaded when I use it. I think it might have something in it, but...
Gouge it into my arm.
Oh, of course.
Stick and poke. It's a fine place for a final resting place.
There you go.
Very good. I must say, your penmanship, even in the art of tattoo, is to die for. And that means a lot coming from me.
It does mean a lot coming from you, Buford. You know, I was thinking of just having the ghost children put it on their new primers, but perhaps on your arm it will have more longevity.
Yes.
Buford, I do have a rather uncouth question to ask you, if you don't mind me. You see, when I was in the city teaching, I did get paid to teach. And, well, I'm afraid I haven't been able to collect any funds from the children's parents.
Yes.
What with them being ghosts and all, it seems like their parents aren't willing to claim them. And so I'm quite underfunded, and I was hoping that you and I might be able to come to some sort of agreement, seeing as, well, we benefit off of each other. After all, if I hadn't taught those children how to read Shakespeare, Old Man Grundle wouldn't have died.
Madam, I think we might have a kind of misapprehension about, you see, I only deal with the dead in their corporeal form. You see, I have nothing to do with what happens in the great beyond. For that, you may need to take it up with the parson.
The parson? Well...
Parson Terwilliger.
La-di-da. Parson Terwilliger lives in the fanciest house in the town.
It's true. We do take good care of him. He teaches a primitive form that kind of religion where if you have the most money, you're the most religious. That
Misandry.
Kind of thing. Yes, precisely. Oh, well.
You mean...
Well, it certainly seems that both of us are in a funk.
It's
economically.
True. Now, Buford, may I speak straight with you?
I wish you would.
I'm not quite sure what to do here. You see, I've been being funded by Bertha for most of my educational pursuits for these children. Of course, I do have enough money to run the library, but what with missing books and everybody turning all their books in on time after I made that big stink about it, I'm not getting enough fines to run my side business, which I think is quite important.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
I'm wondering if you know anyone in town who might, or indeed outside of town, who might have money they'd be willing to lend.
Well, the parson does jealously guard his tithes. I think that we wouldn't be, it would be a fool's errand to try to wrest some of that ill-gotten gains from him.
Oh, and he does not like the fact that I can read and write. Let me tell you. Oh, he almost burned me as a witch.
No, his sermons are firmly, I would say, 75% of them are about the literacy, the preferred literacy level of women. That is which is none.
None.
Precisely.
Unless you're a nun.
Right.
And then you're allowed to read the 3 prayers that are okay for women to hear.
Well, of course, yes. There's, of course, may God bless and keep the laundry. There's
Give
the
us
other
this
one.
day our daily vapors.
That's right. And
It's not
oh
rape
God,
if it's your
I'm
husband.
fainting again because of my whalebone corset.
Yes. Oh, of course. Can't believe I forgot that one. I must study my scripture. Well, Buford,
So-
if I have no money and you have no money,
Hmm. And it is my understanding that the sheriff and the doctor indeed have no money as well.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, hello, Dr. Thurgood.
Hello, I just came in to see if anyone had left some money in any of these old library books.
You're certainly
Not
welcome
this
to.
one.
Oh, well, I should say, I don't. It's not.
No, none of
Twigby,
this one.
you can look all you want, but I had the children go through those quite well before today.
Oh, well. Oh, tender snaps.
But, Dr. Thurgood, if you have no money, and
don't.
I have no money, and Buford has no money,
I have no money as well.
does this mean the town wells run dry?
Suppose. Oh,
The well
maybe.
of money, not the
Yes.
well of water.
Oh,
Of course
yes.
not, of course
Good.
not.
No,
Well, I
this-
mean, that is how Amelia Bones died, was drowning in the well, so we've got plenty of water.
Well, as long as the sheriff stops drinking it.
No.
Don't let him cough on you.
Oh, share. Oh, I see.
Oh,
Yes,
won't.
no. Yes, you all know.
Well,
Water.
I think if I may, if the last time I perused the town charter, I think that what is called for in this instance is a talent show.
Oh, a talent show?
Oh, I love that idea. Back in the city, we used to have talent shows all the time.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we could. Oh, there it is. Okay, go on there, Sheriff.
hello, Sheriff. Yes.
I
Hello.
heard something about tell show.
Yeah.
Yes, Sheriff. I believe, and you're, of course, the keeper of the keys to the kingdom here at Cholera Springs.
Yes.
We believe that our economic depression can only be cured by a talent show.
It's true. I'm so sorry, Sheriff. I just don't want to get ill. I would be so devastated if I passed something to one of my school children.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're all dead already. You know, so you can't get me with that one. You can't get me with
But
that
what do we think? Is it
Seized your hat
ratified?
off for a second there, Sheriff. It
one. Well, I
went
got
clean
back
off.
quick, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's what
Disappeared,
makes
went
him
right
the
back on.
sheriff. Well, I'll call this meeting of the town to order as the official undertaker. All in favor of a talent show, say yeehaw!
Oh,
Yeehaw!
I say.
Well, I know my vote doesn't count because I'm a woman, but I'm still very interested and would love to participate.
Boys, what do you
You're
think about
certainly welcome to.
that? Okay, good.
Let's get to rehearsal.
Oh, marvelous! Moving west has not been easy. It seems every other day I am set upon by wolves, savages, or God forbid, my husband. All of this living has taken quite a toll on my nerves and my complexion. And still, I must write back to Mother and tell her how well I'm doing out here so she doesn't worry or hold me in lower regard than my sister. That's why I dip my pen in Hanover arsenic ink. The beautiful blue color doesn't smudge on the page and highlights my veins, making me seem like I still have alabaster skin. Best of all, Hanover arsenic ink won't budge a bit while you sit for the 4 hours it takes to take that photograph, so you can send it back to Mother and show her just how well you're doing. Hanover arsenic ink. Remember, tell your local shopkeep you want the one with arsenic in. Trust me.
So, Miss Jane, what exactly are your talents? You know, I feel like we've known each other for such a long time, but as I say, we don't really know each other, do we?
Well, you know, I've never really thought about it before. I suppose I don't really have any special talents. Growing up, I was only taught to read and write and quote Shakespeare and sew samplers and bake bread and stitch clothes.
Don't mind me. I'm just passing through. I need a prop, you see.
Oh, is it this?
A skeleton key. No, that's fine. You keep that.
That Buford. What a ham.
He took my skeleton key. But, I'm just scared that's gonna ruin my special talent, which is breaking out of any prison cell that I want.
I know a lovely poem about a prison cell. Perhaps I could recite the poem, and then you could do your marvelous escape.
Jane Casey. That sounds like one of the best ideas I've ever heard.
Well, Sheriff, having been inoculated against most diseases, I think I might be the only person fit in Cholera Springs to actually perform with you.
Are you feeling what I'm feeling right now?
I don't know. Judging by the sweat beads rolling down your face, I think not, because I'm not experiencing a fever delirium.
Okay, well,
but I could be.
That's exactly what I'm feeling. Well, you just let me know how you're feeling, and if you want to be feeling how this man's feeling. All it takes is a sip of the water. And by a sip of the water, I mean, it's being a little metaphorical here.
You mean you drank the water?
I did drink the water, yes.
From the town well?
I drank the water from the town well.
And now you're ill?
I'm ill.
Is that well fed by the spring?
I don't know who feeds the well. I certainly don't. I got my hands tied with my sourdough starter, so I can't feed nothing else, pretty much.
You have a sourdough starter? Why, that's a talent in and of itself.
Well, I mean, I got a lot of things I could choose from, So, but I think what our idea, you reciting a poem about, breaking free, whatever it is.
While you do a daring
me doing it. I think that's what's going to get the people of this town really excited. And I think that's what's going to hopefully attract other people into this town so they will give us their money.
Absolutely. I mean, if we just bill it as Sheriff Locked Up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Why? We'll get half the county in here.
Well, hell yes. Especially if we make them feel a little bit special. They come in, we make them little, deputies, and we give them a little badge that we can cut out of paper or something. People can pay good money for that.
They might pay good money for that. I believe I have some leftover cardstock in the back room from when I was trying to get everybody to start using library cards.
Okay.
That didn't go over very well, but I've got all this leftover cardstock I could make badges out of.
Oh, yes, that's what you see. I'm running a fever. I'm sweating most of my brains out.
It's all right. You know what, though? I am out of this arsenic ink. I just love this stuff. So I might need to head on over to the apothecary.
Okay.
I believe that's where they carry it.
Absolutely. Well, I'll stay here. I'll be practicing, and I will await your arrival, Miss Jane Casey.
All right.
Okay.
Doctor.
I'm not on tune yet.
Oh. Yes. Right.
Takes a little work. Gotta warm up.
So, Doctor, thank you for coming here. I figure the graveyard affords us quite a bit of space where we can try out some different talents, as it were. Yes,
of course. And yeah, it's there's nothing like a captive audience to practice with, so to speak. With
I like that one.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know as much as I have talents per se. My my abilities tend toward the digging variety.
Oh, okay. Digging.
Yes. Also, stonework. I'm not. I'm a serviceable mason. But sometimes what I like to do is take some of the as yet to be buried bodies and arrange them into pleasing tableaus. You see?
Oh, yeah, it's almost sculpture, but with a body world type exhibit.
It's a body world
maybe,
type of
right?
exhibit. Yes, that you
It just
might
has
find.
it comes off, rings off the tongue, right? Body world, right?
Body world. I'd never thought to name it anything at all, of course, because, well, it's just a thing I do. But yes, I suppose.
Here's what's
that would
inside
be-
your body, and here's what comes up and watches you during the night after midnight while you sleep.
That's right. That's right. So, why don't you can you help me with this? And I want to
Sure.
take a couple of these bodies lying around.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Here's one. Maybe we'll see it as I pick it up.
Hold on. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Sitting right there.
There it goes. Right.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I know this this particular corpse is not complete, as it were, but what I asked, Doctor, what does it say to you, this particular piece of carrion? Do you see any character inherent in it?
Oh, like a little wisecracking sidekick or something.
That's probably
Like
it. Yes.
A little bit like, well, here we are, Jeremy. What do you think about all these other skeletons? Oh, they seem like a bunch of stiffs to me. It's a little thing, right? A little bit.
Oh, doctor. I've got stitches. Okay, now if please. Oh, do please allow me to be Jeremy in this scenario, please. All right, very good. Now, see here, Carruthers. I do say you're looking quite gaunt. Have you had your oats today?
So then so he's the straight man, and I'm the little sidekick. Is that what
No, do stay with me, Doctor. I would like you to be, if you could play the character of the little imp. Yes,
okay, yeah,
right.
yeah.
And I
Okay,
shall be the straight man. Yes, right.
Oh, here
good.
we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Lend him your glasses. Perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Okay, I say, Carruthers, what a fine day we are having. Have you been out upon the range this morn?
I tried, but all I did was roll around because I ain't got no legs left.
Oh, I shall have to work upon my stone face. You've quite tickled me. All right.
Oh, we may have stumbled upon a genuine act here.
Maybe so, indeed. Carruthers, I saw you talking with a lovely young lady skeleton this fortnight past. Have you been out making merry with her?
Well, you know what they say. We all got a bone to pick with each other.
I don't know if we should work blue, but
it's practice. It's just rehearsal. We don't have to keep it in the final. Maybe for the late show or something.
Oh yes, we can get a little randy in the late show.
The late show, there, not for families. Right. Yes.
Oh, very good. Oh, doctor. So what do you do?
Oh, well, I guess I'm half of that. I can do a little bit of songsmithing, but you have to go off and not
Oh, I see.
be visible while I sing.
I see.
Would you like
You're
me
one
to-
of those shy singers.
Yes, I'm one of those
see.
shy singers.
Right. I understand.
So would you have like a suggestion for an extemporaneous song?
Oh, yes, certainly. How about a song about two horses in love?
Okay, two horses in love. Okay, now you gotta not be visible while I
Right.
sing this.
No, of course. I've turned.
Doesn't work
my
if
back,
you're visible.
I've turned my back entirely, and
Horses
I
in
have,
love. Okay.
I've ceded my visibility. Here we are.
Okay.
I've got a fancy for a lady horse, but that's okay because I'm also a horse. Two horses in love. It's not weird, two horses in love. One horse can love another, that's okay.
Well, it's a little talent I've done once in a while.
You sounded lovely, but I have to say the focus of that song on it there being nothing wrong with two horses loving each other. I say the songwriter maybe protest too much.
I don't know. I mean, it's just two horses in love. Ain't
Well,
nothing wrong with it.
You make a good point.
Well, it sounds like we got a pretty strong one. We got a buddy ventriloquist act, and then we got the songs extemporaneous.
Mm-hmm.
Did we check in maybe with the rest of them, see how the whole act is going? See if we got a show?
Yes. Why don't we go to Big Bertha's empty establishment and meet up with the rest of the town?
Sounds good. I'm gonna spin around, and I'm probably here by now. By the time that's over, there we go.
I let you go ahead.
Thank you.
The others should be here shortly.
Nope.
Oh,
I hear
yes.
someone.
Hello, Sheriff.
Well, hello, fellas.
Why don't you stay over?
Yeah, right over there.
Yes,
Sure,
over there is a fine
beyond.
place for you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll just. All right. You got a good act going on so far. I bet you're gonna have a hard time beating what I got.
Oh, so I see.
Competition.
Yeah.
Are we setting up perhaps a competition? Oh, that's what you said.
Oh, yes.
I'll just turn everything into a competition. I mean, we're supposed to on the same team, really. Here,
That is the thing. Yes, actually, we really just want to make money for the town.
desperately need to do that.
We are in desperate financial straits. Yes.
We are. Yeah.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry, everybody.
Miss Casey.
Yeah. Yeah, Jane, why don't you stay back so the rest of us don't get whatever you got?
Sheriff.
Sheriff, come on.
All right. Well,
Is it obvious I'm sick?
Yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
I guess I saw you.
Also, I'm your doctor, so.
Yeah.
mhm,
Do you want
yes.
the truth or kindness, Sheriff? I don't
so-
think I'm sick. I think I'm just allergic to whatever's blooming in these trees around here.
Mhm. Now, one
Oh, they
thing
call
we
it
need to
dead
make
man's
sure-
gout.
Oh,
Ah.
Thank you, Doctor. You know, I learned something from you rarely, but sometimes it's nice.
This once.
Now, one thing that's important is, of course, Big Bertha left us a letter specifically prescribing talent shows in her establishment while she's gone. But
What?
I don't think that there's another suitable location in town.
well, if she prescribed a talent show, that means she wants a talent show, Buford.
I'm a
Miss
doctor,
Casey.
and if that's what she said, then I think then we have to.
I think we've got a confusion. Sheriff, could you help me with this? The definition of the word proscribe.
proscribe means, to my best understandings, it would be the opposite of what you, Miss Jane Casey, and you, Mr. Tweeby, would think.
Well, I prescribe stuff all the time.
Wait,
No.
we're talking about proscribing.
Proscribing.
No, but
Prescription.
Pardon me, gentlemen, pro comes from the Latin, meaning for. So what it means is that she was proscribing, she was forewriting that she wanted to have the talent show.
And you have to write an act.
No,
you have to have the act.
Pro is Latin for four, which means the four of us are banned from doing a show here.
Well, Sheriff, I don't think that's quite right either, but, well, what are you going to do?
I guess we'll just have to. You're gonna put on a talent show, is what?
That's right.
We all got our
acts
ready for the. Okay, let's all do it together.
Put your hands
We're
up.
ready. Okay, ready. Yeah. Everyone on four. On four.
Yeah.
1,
Two,
2, 3, for the show.
And do a little thing.
Howdy, folks. Tonight's Cholera Springs talent show is brought to you by the fine folks at Sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla. Now that's a man's drink. Don't have to have no alcohol or anything else to qualify as something scrumptious, masculine, and available at any tavern you could mosey on up to. Why, me? I'm drinking some right now. How do they get all that flavor out of them sarsaparilla plants? That's right. It comes after and is named after a plant. Well, I'll tell you, I ain't got a fucking clue and I don't care. Long as I got that fine sarsaparilla flavor left over in my mustache to fuel me on my next ride out over the plains, I'm a happy man. And you ought to be too. Now, you enjoy the rest of this fine talent show over at Cholera Springs, folks. And be sure to purchase some of that fine sarsaparilla to enjoy during the show.
Boy.
A chew, I say.
I haven't had that much fun since college.
What are you?
Your poem did indeed bring the rafters down upon the heads of some of the second row. Yes.
Well, Buford,
they did not seem to like it, though.
I know. At least I got you 2 new customers.
It's good business for me too. If I make them last a while before.
Yeah.
Okay, but we need to make sure that the whole audience, they don't seem to really get what we're doing. You know,
there's a sort of dissatisfaction. Like it doesn't seem they like individual things, but then I have a general sense of a malaise. Like the whole evening isn't gelling as one consistent offering.
Their energy does seem quite low. I'm wondering if perhaps they've been infected with the same thing as the sheriff.
Well, there's nothing to be done about that now. I think we've just got to try to get out there and give them the best darn finale they've ever seen. Luckily, they're being kept busy right now by tumbleweed upon the stage. That seems to be entertaining them.
The big tumbleweed act is really killing.
Yes.
Yeah, jealous. Yeah, it seems. You know what? I think it seems like they just don't know who we are individually. They're like, here's your act, but who are you? Who are you? We want to get to know the individuals within this act.
Yes, right. I think I have an idea.
Well,
give me but a moment.
Okay. I just gonna. I don't think I should have been. I don't think I should have handed out the playbills to everybody. I think I was. You think that could have been infecting them, Doctor?
I don't know. It also could have been the fact that you rolled all of them cigarettes and used your own saliva to seal the scene.
Some of them you gave. Roll them dry.
Well, some of them you gave them a tender smooch as a welcome.
Well, please,
you really shouldn't have become blood brothers with half of them.
What? We certainly need the help, and only you can help us. Yeah, but I've got a lot going on.
What do I think it is?
How about this? I'll house you and your family for all of eternity when you all pass. Well, that
Why,
does
that
solve
sounds
a
like
problem.
the man who was here when I first came to town. What was that?
Could
6
it?
episodes ago?
Could it be
All
6
right.
episodes of sickness? Yes.
Impossible.
You got me.
I mean, episodes, fits of vapors.
Yes, of course. That's about sick.
I'll
Who
do it.
could it be?
But only
do
if I can wear my hat. Oh, it doesn't really fit with
Just let him wear the
production
hat.
design of the. Oh, I
Should
suppose.
I put on my hat as well?
Let's all have hats. Yes.
I didn't think I was meant to wear one indoors, but
All right, here I come. Hi there, partners.
Hello.
I hear you're in need of some kind of fancy finale here that's going to tie up everything and make sure your audience gives and gives till they ain't got give no more.
That's right.
bonjour, I'm sure, sir.
That's right. Now you can help out.
I think I can.
Oh boy.
Now why don't we get back in there and give them the finale of all hell? That's
Okay.
a good thing.
That is a good
It's
thing.
show business talk.
All right.
Would you like me
showbiz
to read
talk.
from Dante's Inferno?
Oh, we'll get there, young lady.
Yes, you. Okay.
All right.
We're
here
going to
we
let
go.
you take the stage first, right? And then we'll
Yeah,
come in
yeah.
as you intro us. Oh, no.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. I'll start off on my own.
How exciting.
Well, howdy there, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves tonight. Although my understanding is that you haven't that much. Oh, it's okay? Well, that's pretty good. What we say in show business is okay is pretty good. Now, I've got a story to tell. Everybody here likes stories?
Yeah, they're okay.
I like stories.
on the characters.
They're okay? Well, I'll take it. As we say in show business, okay is pretty good. Well, out in the bayou, there's a lady who tells them stories so prettily.
Is that me?
She's got herself a storybook. It's got all kinds of stories, and all of them do not end up shittily. That means they're good. That means they're good. She's got a storybook, and those stories in it are good. Now, one day in the middle of the week, in the middle of the month, in the middle of the year, she was out there in the bog telling the story to a frog. And this is what she said.
Would you prefer a comedy or a tragedy? I have both. There's one by Shakespeare, there's one by Faust. Oh no, poetry doesn't need to rhyme, Mr. Toad. All it needs to do is make you feel something. You like it better when it rhymes. I understand.
Ribbit.
The fat brown dog sat on the angry log. There was a frog in the bog, and it was filled with smog. The smog was yellow, just like that scared fellow, and they all got sick, and that's the trick, and then they died. You know, I don't think the authors in this town are particularly cerebral. But that's okay. And you know what they say in show business? Okay is good enough.
Well, this young lady, she told them stories. Those stories were pretty good. But they weren't satisfying her the way a story should. She wanted to have creative freedom to tell what she wanted. So she set on out of that swamp, and she got on the train to a place called Saint Spaunted. Well, and that train conductor there, Well, he was a kind of guy with a big mustache, you see. And what he liked to do was, what was that thing that he liked to do, Sheriff?
I like to give people inspirational speeches.
That's right. Well, he was an inspirational speaker, you see. And wouldn't you know it, that's exactly what this young lady needed.
I actually got on the train at Amherst, but oh my.
Now up. That's just the only place you've got to go, and that's why I carry this old instrument everywhere I go. Now, what do you want more than anything in life? Huh? Tell me. One word.
Harvard.
Harvard. You want Harvard? Well, you gotta work hard. That's why they call it Hardvard. You understand? Now, when I was just your age, I was told to go out by my father. He said, you need to go out, you get nothing but a chair that folds back into a flat thing. And I took this flat thing / chair out with nothing but my naked body and a buck knife. And you know what I did? 13 years later?
I'm not sure I want to know.
I didn't need no schooling or nothing. I traded this seat for an hour a day from to a student. Now, this student was going to Harvard. Now, he might have been smarter than me in some ways, but I was street smart, and I would sprint out this one little thing to him. And guess what? Over time, I got to know him, and I started to take his identity, as one would say. And guess what? Now I'm a Harvard graduate. and that's it. It's just easy as that, boys and girls. It's easy as that.
I think I need to go backstage and lie down.
Well, that speech really turned things around for that young lady. She didn't even think that the way he acted was in the least bit shady. He was a nice man with a lot of good advice, man. She went down to Harvard and did just what she said. And there at Harvard, well, she met with a kind of a kooky guy and his little friend. And they had a whole lot to tell him, to tell her.
Alas,
Now,
poor Yorick.
Get on out there. I'm afraid I've got a touch of the stage fright. No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You know what we call stage fright in show business? We call it the feeling that doesn't exist. You just gotta think about it that way. I'm afraid I don't understand. Feelings, you see. That's okay.
Oh,
I'm over it now.
There we go.
Buford.
Hello, young traveling lady. I see you've arrived at Harvard. This is my young friend Carruthers. Carruthers, why don't you welcome the young lady?
Hey, lady. It's good to see ya.
Oh, it's marvelous to see you, Carruthers. I believe I know your cousin. Yorick.
I see what you're doing. Very good, Miss Casey.
Oh, actually, that's just the most famous skull in Western literature. I'm actually not related to him, but I can see why you would get that mixed up.
I see. Well,
I see.
Okay. Right now, young lady here at Harvard, what do you intend here? We've got miles and miles of books for learning.
Why, I intend to read almost all of them, except for the ones that have pictures in them, because I'm committed to reading words, not pictures. And I suppose just learn everything I possibly can.
Very good. Well, you know, Carruthers and I were taking a walk in the East Library wing the other day, and I saw a book that was quite interesting. A book called The Anatomy of a Woman. And Carruthers had quite an interesting thing to say about that.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, science.
That's right. You must excuse us. We're getting a little randy here.
It's
I
after
promise.
10.
It's after 10. I promise, though, this is a perfectly wonderful, supportive environment of learning, even for a woman, against all odds.
Well, I must admit, this is nothing like the real Harvard experience would be for me, a woman in the 1800s, so I'll take it.
Very good, Carruthers.
Sold.
Right. Here's one ticket to Harvard in exchange for exactly all of that money. Carruthers, say goodnight. Wait, no.
Good night, Carruthers.
Right, okay. Okay, you did it anyway. Good.
Oh my! I am
wacky.
here at Harvard, but I have nowhere to sit. If only I could give someone a little bit of money to sit somewhere for an hour.
All right. Well, you've got a ticket to Harvard. I suppose I'll give you a ticket to sit as well. Here you are.
Thank you.
All right. Say goodbye, Carruthers. Farewell again. Say you, Carruthers.
Farewell again, say you, Carruthers. I'm a scamp.
Wait. Singer, Mr. Singer, you must return to the stage. Oh, I'm still on my union-mandated smoke break, partner. Oh, but
Well,
they're dying out there.
Sheriff,
They need your
I think
help.
we learned something very important here today, which is that if anybody were to need a place to sit, they could pay some money to sit somewhere nice for just an hour. And
You guys, the whole audience, they're gone. They're out in the street vomiting.
Oh,
Oh, no.
You know what this means?
oh dear.
This means all we gotta do is sell them all the medicine for this contagious disease we've given them. And we've saved the town's finances.
We
Wait,
did it!
so we're
Stop
not-
We
it!
did it!
Dr.
We're not going to
Thurgood.
finish the show?
Well, they're all thrown up.
Dr. Thurgood,
We gotta finish it first.
since Berth is not here, perhaps we could also pull in some pews from the church and rent them to the sick people so they could pay to stay in a bed and for medicine.
That's not bad. And hey, that undertaker there guy could collect whoever dies and bury him and take whatever's in their pockets, I suppose.
Oh, why stop there? We could also get their families to give us whatever's in their pockets.
Exactly.
Just tell them it's a difficult situation to be in to have to bury
Well,
someone.
hang on. Let me just go get that there undertaker there guy.
There's several of us all working together, which means we're cooperating, so we could charge what we could call a copay.
We could, and you know what we could do is we could charge extra if they'd like a blanket with their bed.
Exactly.
Now, were you thinking of just having people pay a flat rate for the medicine, or do you think you should charge extra for every single type of medicine you give them?
Oh, probably each one separate.
Wonderful. And I think what we should do is instead of having them just come here, we should tell them they have to come here by buggy and then make them pay for the buggy ride as well.
Well, they got a
And-
guaranteed buggy ride when we carry them back into these pews.
And I believe if we get them good and liquored up, they'll start brawling and fill up the sheriff's prison cells and will be giving bribes and bail money left and right, hand over fist.
Well, and once they're in the jail cells, they can also clean the jail.
That's perfect.
That wasn't even a problem that I knew about.
That wasn't even a problem I knew about.
Men.
Well,
Well,
I guess this goes to show a talent show can solve any problem.
it was all the talent show.
That's right.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Capital
Hooray!
ideas, everyone. Capital. Just threw off my glasses.
He's got some too.
Don't charge you to get out of prison, yeah.
Oh, good idea.
Did we just prevent,
It's just a
your
shame that I
healthcare
showed
system?
everybody how to get out of prison earlier in the talent show. Because it's really just a simple lock from the inside.